I was in Attack. You want to talk about like drama and like I've been there. I've done it.
Yeah. Yo, welcome back to the Jesse Lee Show with your host, Jesse Lee. That's me. Thanks for hanging out. This week's episode, we've got Caleb Shomo, frontman for the band Beartooth. You may also remember him from the Attack days, back in the good old crabcore times, a simpler time when dudes hanging guitars down their knees, staying like crabs was big news, good times. Anyway, we talk about this new album, The Surface, that just dropped today. So when you're done watching this podcast, please run off and listen to the whole thing over and over and over again because Caleb's awesome, Beartooth is awesome, and there's also a great, awesome story about the time he met Disturbed's David Draiman that you'll have to definitely listen to. All right, hope you dig it. So Caleb, dude, I'm a huge fan. Been a fan for a while. I'm super stoked to have you on. A fellow Ohio boy as well.
No shit.
Yeah. I'm from the Cleveland area.
Right on. Hell yeah, dude.
So I like to start these off, with a spicy question. Just divide fans right off the bat, really rile people up,
Perfect.
So, Pumpkin Spiced Latte. Is it amazing or is it overrated?
All right. Let's end this right here. Let's do this. So I'll be real. I love the flavor.
Mm-hmm.
I got a Starbucks pumpkin spice, like was it the latte or the cold brew? I don't know. I got it last year and I couldn't finish it. It was too much. And I love my sweets. Like I'm down. I'm about it. But I don't know. I respect those who partake, but for me, I've been sticking to Old Faithful,
Yeah.
Now, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
Wendy's
intense.
is on the pumpkin spice trend now too. They got the pumpkin spice frosty. I'm interested in trying that one out.
What?
Yeah.
Pumpkin spice frosty? Okay. Now Wendy's is like actual god tier.
That's what I'm saying.
The best. Wendy's, yeah, you're in Ohio, but you get it. Like we live and breathe Wendy's in Ohio.
And I've never had a bad frosty. Even like a shitty frosty, still a great frosty.
Yeah, dude. Throw some French fries in there. You're having the best day of your fucking life. It's good.
Dude, see, that is a very underrated tool that people do not use. That's a great delivery system for the frosty. Is dipping that French fry in there. Not enough people know about that, man. Yeah, I agree. I feel like the pumpkin spice.
That pumpkin spice. I'll let you know. Yeah, I gotta try that frosty. That sounds fucking great.
Yeah, I agree. I think this pumpkin spice latte, like, it's fun. Like the first day of fall, I have one, and then like after that, it's just too sweet, man. It's too much.
Intense. It's very intense,
dude. So I'm bummed you're wearing a shirt. I feel like I'm not getting the full Caleb experience here. Like, what the hell?
There is another side of me people don't see, and that is a man who does wear a shirt.
Yeah, I mean, you got to go to the bank and shit sometimes. I get it.
Yeah, like I went to the coffee shop this morning. That probably wouldn't be like a great look. Just like rocking in there, just families and like people doing meetings and shit.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, when I'm on the road, it's either like pajamas or no shirt. That's kind of the two options. But I have a slightly bigger repertoire at home, and that does include a shirt. Even a hat sometimes. I mean, we're really just going off the rails here. Low key.
You're all dressed up for me, man.
I do what I can.
I know every time I post like a Beartooth video, it's inevitable I get a comment on my TikTok or whatever. Like, does this guy even own a shirt? And I'm like, listen, man, if you go your whole life without having abs and then you get abs, what the fuck are you going to put a shirt on? Like, come on.
That's the truth. Worked real hard. Worked real hard for that shirtless whatever, like last 8 months of my life, maybe even longer. But yeah, I'm currently maybe a hair doughy. We're taking a little break right now. So I'm just kind of embracing wearing the shirt and enjoying the finer things of life before we got to get back into show shape. But yeah, I don't know. Sometimes a shirt is necessary, but it's a lot more fun without one.
Oh yeah. I'm currently starting my bulk phase right now, so I gotta, it's gonna be a few months of definitely no shirtless photos or anything like that.
Yeah,
It's gonna get a little
we're in a
here.
bulk right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What is your fitness regimen like?
It definitely depends on the week and how I'm feeling.
Yeah.
When I'm on the road, it's all just body weight. Because that's something simple and I have no excuse.
Right.
So like planking, really just planking and push-ups is like the main thing. If I can find somewhere to do pull-ups, great. If I can find somewhere to do dips, great. But for the most part, just plank for 1 minute and then do 10 push-ups and take a 40-second break and then do it again. Do that 10 times and you'll be feeling it. And
I like to imagine you planking all over venues outside.
Pretty much, dude. Like you walk into the bus at the wrong time, I'm just in the middle of the front lounge, like screaming, freaking out. Yeah.
Dude, calisthenics is no joke, man. Like challenging your body like that. Yeah. Like I like to intertwine that.
Shit, man.
What was that?
That and running is the shit. I got a new route that I've been doing. I've taken a few days off, but I'm trying to do it at least like 4 or 5 times a week. But it's like 6.5 miles, and it's got like a pretty big hike in the middle of it, which has been very interesting. But yeah, got to keep that cardio up for the show. That is for sure.
That cardiovascular health for sure. Yeah, I mean, speaking of the new album, The Surface, dropping October 13th, correct?
It is.
And obviously it has a huge theme of like positivity, it's just like self-love, self-care, all that rolled into it, which it honestly almost feels like it's so far it's gonna be like it's just an album full of workout bangers. Like I feel like I can just throw this on in the gym. I'm just gonna be like just jazzed up to go the whole time.
Hell yeah.
But I just find it funny that like the theme of positivity and being like, just like self-love, everything I said earlier, is become like a talking point. And it's funny because like in a world where everyone's just like a negative asshole all the time, like this has become something people are like, oh, this is different. Just because you're not being negative, like it's different. It's pretty cool how that works out.
Shit, that's hilarious. I guess I didn't really even think about it like that, but you're very right. Like
I'm just being nice.
People, yeah, so many people, when I put out a record that's like super fucking sad and dark, everyone's like, oh yeah, same old story. Like, great,
Right.
I know this one very well. But I'm like, no, I'm actually doing like okay. I'm like working on some things. People are like, what happened?
Yeah.
What did you do?
Why is he smiling all the time?
For real. But yeah, hey man, it's the world's coming out of a very dark place, so I'm happy to keep throwing some sort of light into it at the moment. That's
just being happy can be a novelty right now. It's crazy, and it's obviously working because it's resonating with a ton of people. And like I said, even for me, like I was super stoked to hear these new songs, and like I said, they're getting me jazzed up, getting me pumped up when I'm like listening to like the Better Me at the gym or something like that. It's definitely good workout bangers. Do you think like this whole theme is going to be continuous on future records, or have you not thought that far ahead yet?
I don't really know. I mean, if I've found anything, I never know what the next Beartooth record is going to sound like. Truthfully, with the Beartooth stuff, it's just I'm pretty much just documenting my life in real time, like every 2 years or about 2 years.
Yeah,
and they've all been way different than I like thought they were going to be, 2 years before. So if I say now what I think the next record's going to be, I'm sure it's probably not. But one thing, I can't say I know exactly what's going to happen in my life. I don't know what circumstances I will be in, but I hope that I continue on in this pursuit of a healthier and happier life. I would love for that to continue being a part of it, but I guess time will tell.
Yeah, I think music aside, I think that's definitely important. I hope to still keep seeing the shirtless, smiling photos and
that's the goal. That is the goal.
Do you have a favorite song off the new album yet?
Yeah, I really do think it's I Was Alive, the last song on the record. And I think it's because for anybody who knows other Beartooth records, the last song on the record is usually really, really sad and not super enjoyable to listen to. So I'm very stoked to have a song finish the record that's like the most positive song I've ever written in my life, and it really is just manifesting like what I want to get out of the rest of my life, and more than anything, at least this current period where I'm going through kind of like this really big shift still. So yeah, never thought I'd write a song like that, especially for Beartooth. So very happy with that one.
So you're always leaving fans like kind of on a bummer note on previous records, and now you're kind of like you give them some optimism, like just to carry them off through the day. Like, was that a conscious effort then when you did that?
Definitely. You know, I had decided after making Below, I had kind of told myself like this is for sure going to be the saddest. Like I never want to go this dark again. I mean, it was real and it was authentic. It was what was happening, you know, in life and in the world. Yeah. But it was kind of like a vow I made. I was like, this is as low as we're going and as dark as we get. And that record ended with a song called The Last Riff, which really was like, the album closer is always just me trying to kind of like sum up the whole point of the record in one kind of emotional 3-minute statement.
Yeah.
And with Below, it was like, I felt so worn out and so depressed that I couldn't even put it to words. So I just tried to make music to kind of like describe it. And it was very much a conscious effort to not do that for this record. You know, I just want it to end positive and just be just be something different, even if whether it's like the absolute truth of how I'm feeling or whether it's me manifesting whatever it is. Yeah, that's another reason that there's 11 songs. It's like that 12th song is always such a heavy thing to go through. We almost never play them live, and you know, as much as they can be important, I think they can be very taxing on me. So yeah, just got rid of that one and finished off with just like the most positive song that I got.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. It'd be really odd if you had like a whole like super positive album and then the last track was like just super downer, like Buzzkill or something.
It's just not the vibe, and it absolutely wouldn't make sense with kind of like where I was at in time, you know.
Very cool. So the song "The Better Me" features the first Beartooth collab ever, right? With a dude who ruffles a lot of the feathers in the whole rock community with Hardy. A lot of people can't figure out who the hell he is or what the hell he wants to be, you know? I mean, I'm a huge Hardy fan. I'm assuming you are too, since you did a song with him.
I absolutely am.
Yeah. What made you choose to do your first ever collab with Hardy?
Goodness. So I wrote the song "The Better Me" about a year before I even showed Hardy. But I knew that when I wrote it, like it would just lend itself really good to a feature. We've thought about features just in the team. It's like it's come up. People at label management. We've had discussions, but it's never felt right. I mean, for me, with Beartooth being like so personal, and I've never done one before, I just knew that when I did, I wanted it to be really special.
Yeah.
So I wrote the song "The Better Me," and I was like, this seems like it would make sense for a feature, but not like a rock singer, or not like your standard, like from my scene, not like a metalcore singer, you know? Yeah. I want somebody, a pop singer or whatever. I don't know, something different. I wasn't sure what it was going to be. End up meeting Hardy. We become friends. Super, super talented. I mean, insanely talented. Like, without a doubt, one of the best songwriters in all of Nashville and on this planet that I know of. He's insane. Great performer and loves, like, metalcore, comes from the same kind of scene. He's good friends, and actually did a feature on one of my good friends, Johnny Frank, his band Bill Murray. He did a feature on that. He had Jeremy from A Day to Remember on his record,
right?
But yeah, he's very much cut from the same cloth. So I don't know. I went and saw him at the Roxy, and he was incredible. We ended up hanging out that night, super chill. And I called him like 2 days later and was just like, dude, I got this song. What do you think? Sent it to him and brought up the idea, and he loved it, and he was in. I mean, it just kept getting better. It was like when he cut that vocal, the song really came to life in a whole different way than when it was just me. And it was cool to be able to do it more country style, like line for line, instead of with a lot of like metalcore features or just features in general. You'll get like, it says featuring whoever, and they do like one line in the bridge, and it's like that's it. I really love how
they scream a chorus or something.
Like, it's like I love that with country. It's more of duets and like properly singing the entire song together. So yeah, it really is like the perfect way to kind of introduce doing features to a Beartooth record, and perfect song. I had a blast making it. It's one of my favorite songs I've ever written, and now that he's on it, it's definitely one of the most special songs of my whole career, no doubt.
Were you nervous at all, like what fans are going to think of you partnering with somebody that people view as a country artist sometimes?
I wasn't nervous as much as I was just excited. Like I wanted to kind of ruffle some feathers a little bit. Like with this record in general, that's been the idea, even from Riptide. I mean, I knew that this whole record was going to be different, and that's one of the reasons why Riptide came out so early, and we gave it its own whole lifespan as a single, is because it was making a lot of statements. It's like we did this pop video with dancers, trying to look like NSYNC, and like I'm, no shirt on, like literally soaked down, and it was ridiculous, but it was very like, it was
so epic,
but it was important. It was like letting people know, hey, different stuff is coming. And then we have Sunshine, and then Might Love Myself, which is another like distinctly different vibe. And then with The Better Me, I just wanted to keep fucking punching, you know what I mean, just keep hitting. And we're not done. Even, we got more coming with the record that like we're going to be pushing. And I think the whole record is very different, but to like be able to ruffle feathers, I think is a good thing. I mean, if you're putting out a record, at least for me, I'm at the point in my life where I feel like I've put out enough records that people kind of expected. And there's nothing wrong with that. And I love making a record everybody is ready for. But I'm at a very different point in my life, so it made sense to just go for broke.
Love it, man.
Sometimes in life, you just got to do a country feature, and it whoops ass. I'm telling you, it's worth it. It's very worth the try.
A Dolly Parton collab next. That's what I'm saying.
Yo, Dolly, what is good?
So do you think like the floodgates are open now? Do you think there's going to be a lot more collabs in the future, or do you feel like this is kind of more of a one-off special thing for you?
I think if they do happen again, it'll have to be very special. I don't see myself as being someone that just throws collabs on to just like see what sticks. I mean, this one was like a year of sitting down, listening, thinking about different singers. And we ended up with Hardy, who's one of the, biggest country singers on the planet at the moment, and an amazing, part of the rock scene now. So I don't know if I'm throwing them around willy nilly, but I'm sure it could happen again if it was right.
Nice. Yeah. Speaking of ruffling feathers, it's crazy that Beartooth, as long as you guys have been around, you've been a band that, knock on wood, as far as I can tell, has been pretty free from like drama and controversy. Like, is there a way that you can attribute that to anything? Like, is it just how you present yourself? You just trying to stay out of shit? Like, because no matter what, it seems like bands always get dragged into something, but you guys seem to be on the straight and narrow all the time.
I mean, I have some really good parents. I think that helped a lot. I've also been married since right when I turned 20 years old. I've been in like one serious relationship, and we're still happily married to this day. So like, never was into girls on the road. That was never my thing. So like, that's not a worry. I got a bunch of really chill dudes in the band. I try very, very hard to just put myself in an environment that's healthy, and put anybody who's working for us in an environment that's healthy, and in the band and whatever. Like, I've been in unhealthy environments. I kind of like, I was in Attack. You want to talk about like drama and like, I've been there, I've done it.
Yeah.
And I was a kid when that happened. So like, I basically got a crash course in how not to do shit that you don't want to do. I don't know. So like, to me, it's not very difficult. To me, it's just kind of like we're not perfect people, but I actively try to be as kind to people as I can in my life, and just treat people with respect.
Yeah.
The way I was
kind of
raised.
that whole vibe attracts your tribe situation, probably.
Yeah, and like that's the whole thing. Is you put good out, and good comes back to you, and I've found that with, it's been a long process. We've gone through different people, different crew, different, I don't know. It's a long road, but at the end of the day, I think as long as you're just really trying to respect people, respect the fact that everybody is different, and that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, simple as that, man.
Nice. Yeah, I remember, growing up in Ohio, obviously. I remember, like, when Attack was on the come up, and it was crazy because I remember, like, the whole crabcore thing, like, that was, like, a meme before memes were even a thing, like, before that was even, like a trend. Yeah. But I remember just, like, seeing those videos, like, what is this? Like, did you guys get a lot of shit from the older bands on tours, like the veterans or whatever?
Yes. Absolutely, dude. Warped Tour 2009 was nuts. We were on like, I don't know, one of the side stages, and there were so many bands hated us because, like, I don't know, man. It's so funny looking at it now.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Jaded and music go together hand in hand for a lot of people, and there were no shortage of jaded people on Warped Tour. But yeah, dude, we were doing well, and bigger bands didn't like that, and they were very vocal about it on stage, and we didn't give a shit, dude. I was like 16 years old, just having a blast, just on Warped Tour.
Just living your life.
We were children, man. I don't know. I do find that very funny.
Yeah, it is crazy because, like, now I feel like if Attack came out now doing the crabcore thing or doing anything like kind of zany that people were like, gravitate towards, like, it wouldn't be like. I don't think you guys would got shit on now as much today. Like, I feel like people are way more open-minded about stuff.
Yeah, it's very funny. Like, you can see it a lot in like Bill Murray, if you follow that band at all. So that is Johnny Frank, who was the singer of Attack, longtime bandmate of mine, still one of my great friends. But like, I really do attribute him to a lot of the kind of like goofy and really like carefree, funny things that Attack did, and like that was kind of our whole mentality back then. And you can see it now, and it's very interesting because, like, yeah, with meme culture and kind of the way the world has shifted, like Bill Murray is one of the most outrageously like branded and marketed bands, all by Johnny. But it's brilliant, and like, I don't know. It's definitely funny to see kind of now from like Attack and what happened when he was kind of running that sort of vibe, 15, 16 years ago, however long it is now, kind of pre like meme culture and pre people understanding versus like now it's just kind of a lot more normalized. Yeah, man, we had some good times back then, no doubt.
Was there any older band that was particularly harsh on you guys?
Definitely. I don't feel like throwing people under the bus, but yeah, I absolutely got bands that hated that we were on that Warped Tour. Hated it. But
here's a flip question then. Was there anyone that was surprisingly cool to you guys that you weren't expecting to be abrasive of you or embrace you?
Yeah. Who was it? It was I think it was NoFX or Pennywise, one of the two. Johnny was like a huge punk kid, and he would like go watch those bands all the time whenever they were playing. And
nice.
Yeah, I just remember them being like super cool to him, and he like became kind of buddies and had a few conversations with a few of the guys. So I don't know. Yeah, it was funny. It was like it wasn't like the old punk dudes that were mad. It was kind of that like middle ground of bands that I don't know.
The guys that never made it to that next level.
Yeah, weren't exactly so hot at that time, and they were just pissed that we were like having success, telling fucking jokes and like messing around. I don't know, doing crap or whatever the fuck.
Doing crafts.
Yeah, dude.
That rules. Well, speaking of drama and festivals, you guys were supposed to do Blue Ridge Rock Festival a few weeks ago, and that obviously didn't happen.
Most expensive band practice we have ever done in our fucking lives.
So did you guys actually like get there? Because you were supposed to play Saturday, right?
Oh yeah. We all, dude. We prepared hard for that show. You know, like the entire band, whole crew. So we rented out a venue in Columbus called the Newport Music Hall. Like, you would know Newport, I would assume, from Ohio. Great venue.
Oh, yeah.
We all flew in there, did like 2 days of like rehearsing, practice with the full crew, the whole 9 yards. Got a bus, drove out there, had a rest day so everybody could like chill on the Friday, get prepared. Saturday comes around, and the crew is already on site. You know, me and the rest of the band are just at the hotel, just waiting, you know, to get in our shuttle to go over there when they're ready for us. And our manager, Tom, is with us. And I come in last, as I do a lot of the time, to the lobby for lobby call. And everybody was just like sitting there watching the Ohio State football game. And I was like, aren't we supposed to like be going to the venue? And he was like, nah, it's not looking good. Not at all. I was like, oh, fantastic. And then outside, just an absolute monsoon, like so much fucking rain starts coming down. I was like, wonderful. No. Yeah, and we didn't even leave the hotel. We were just
so you never even made it to the festival grounds.
We never even got on the grounds. The bus and the crew, they got on site and they couldn't even leave the bus.
Oh man.
Our tour manager goes, you know, figures out what's going on, and they tell him he needs to go back and like sit in the bus and basically seek shelter. So they all just sat there until, you know, 3:00 when they called it, and then they didn't even unpack the trailer, drove back, and that was it. We tried to find other shows. Everybody else had already booked everything. There was literally like nothing we could do. So we called it a team building exercise is what we call it now. I got together. It was a sick band practice though, man. We were glued. We worked on some shit, played some new songs, got dialed. We had a really cool intro we were going to do. All jokes aside, that was a massive fucking bummer. That was our last show for the year. That was our last hurrah. We'd kind of had a really hard time with some previous tours with just certain things going on. And that was kind of the like, okay, redemption. Like we're going to come in and just fucking tear this place apart. And it was a really nice, you know, sleep in the hotel. I don't know. We went to a Mexican place that was good. We went bowling.
Yeah. Well, there you go. That's worth it, right?
Met a few showgoers when we were at bowling that were very kind.
Nice.
But yeah, man, interesting fucking festival.
Yeah. I've talked to a few bands that were supposed to play, and like it's funny because a lot of people like never actually made to because obviously there was all that drama and controversy of like the crew quitting and it being unsafe conditions and the health department shutting it down and all this stuff. But everyone I've talked to is like, I don't know, because I never even got down there. Like before you got canceled before we even got there. So
yeah, and I'll tell you, as somebody who, I mean, we had people on the inside, they didn't know either. You know, our tour manager's running around trying to find anybody who knows what's going on, and he's got no clue. I mean, literally, our booking agent is there on site. Like, we got everybody. We're throwing everything we got at this problem, and we got no clue. So, to our power, we don't know. Still, we heard it was weather. We heard there was crew issues. We heard there were a lot of things. But all I know is, unfortunately, we didn't get to play, and a lot of bands didn't get to play. And really, I mean, it's just the fans that are the ones who suffer more than anything, unfortunately. But yeah. Hopefully,
yeah, I was supposed to
if that
go.
happens again, they figure out whatever the fuck they need to figure out.
I don't know if it's gonna be tough.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a tough sell.
maybe not. I don't know if doing it under that name is the best look, but
yeah, maybe a different location. Yeah, I was supposed to go to that because I had like the VIP, access, whatever, to cover it and all this shit.
Yeah.
And then like a few days before, my studio, my basement, and my house, everything went completely flooded. That's why I'm like in like a spare bedroom right now, like recording. So yeah, that all flooded, and I was like, I got like $20,000 in repairs here. Like I can't go to Virginia and party for 4 days or whatever. Yeah. So I didn't go. I ended up doing a giveaway on the socials and gave the tickets away to somebody. And then yeah, dude, like I just watched it like unravel every day, piece by piece. And I was like, oh no. Like, first of all, if my house and studio had flooded and then I went to a festival and then my like tent flooded and all that, dude, I'd be so pissed off. No. But then I felt bad for the dude that like won the tickets on socials. Because he was just like hanging out there, like his tent being destroyed and shit. Ooh. But yeah, man, it was a
dense shit, man. Very intense.
It was funny because like you'd watch, it wasn't funny, but you would see it happen like day by day. Like the first day, like oh no, and then the next day, like oh no.
Dude, when we got done, and also one of our crew members for that day also works for Pierce the Veil, who was playing the day after. So we're like sitting and eating dinner at this Mexican spot, and we're waiting. They're like, we're gonna make an announcement about Sunday. They canceled the Sunday at like 4:00 on Saturday.
Oh yeah.
I was like, my God, like it was brutal, man. It was
I was talking to Buddy from Census Fail because he was supposed to play Sunday, and on Saturday they booked a backup show at the New Brooklyn Tavern. They booked it on Saturday because they were like, this doesn't look good. They were already like, no, we're.
Dude, it was crazy. Yeah, it was chaos, to say the least.
Dude, I know, man, for real. Well, brother, I know you got limited time. I don't want to take up too much of your rock star time on this. What day is it? Tuesday right now? Fuck, man.
Yeah, Tuesday.
Dude, I gotta know. First, one quick question. Are you a Swiftie? I feel like you'd be a Swiftie.
Not necessarily.
I don't know why I'm making that judgment call about you right now, but I feel.
Hey, no, respect. I get it. I am not, but it's honestly just like I know the hits. I mean, who doesn't?
Yeah.
But I've never like really dove in. I must say, after hearing about this last tour, and how fucking insane it all was, I'm definitely thinking about dabbling. I don't know. It's something I gotta like find out for myself and make an educated choice. Because I don't want to say I'm not a Swiftie and like be against it because I don't have enough information.
I don't hold the Swiftie facts.
I just don't, It's like, have I like lived a record? No, I haven't like jammed it out, over the course of a week or a month or whatever. But I don't know. Rain check. Next time we talk, you can check in about it. We'll see what happens. But the door's open. Yeah. The door's open. I could be, but not as.
Dude, I like the hits. I don't like the. I like the. She's got some good songs, but I don't get the hysteria behind. Like especially like this Travis Kelce stuff. Like every 4 seconds, there's a new post about her like at a game.
Yeah, I guess, man. I mean,
like, that's really big news. Like, all right,
just saving the NFL. Whatever we got to do, man. Keep going.
Man. Yeah, the Chiefs stock is about to go up super high.
For real, no doubt.
All right, well, I got one last final fireball question for you, man.
Hit me.
All right, you ready? This is gonna be tough. It's gonna be a head scratcher. What is the greatest guitar riff of all time?
Oh my God.
You can take your time with this one. I know it's tough.
Yeah. There's so many directions this can go. Greatest riff? My God. I mean, I'm just going to fire one from the hip.
First one, yeah.
First one. Dude. I mean, just like Down with the Sickness by Disturbed.
Yeah,
just that whole song is just a riff.
Yeah,
whole thing is just like nonstop a riff, and then he's just kind of singing verses and choruses and stuff over it.
Right.
That or no, I'm sticking to it. It's something with Disturbed.
That's
dude,
funny because that song.
Never fucking sleep on Disturbed's riffs. My God,
that's the thing.
They hold it down, dude.
Like obviously his like animalistic ooh ah is like the thing that everyone remembers from that song. But yeah, that song's got some fucking riffs. I didn't even.
Yeah, are you kidding?
Yeah.
Yo, with the little like unmuted octave up. I mean, to me, Disturbed, like so much of what I do with Beartooth riffs are like inspired by Disturbed riffs. You know what I mean? Like drop D, just bar chords, kind of like move them around and the whole bit. I don't know. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Disturbed.
Would you ever collab with David Draiman?
Fuck yeah. Absolutely. Oh my God.
Dude,
we played
go.
a few shows. We played a few shows with Disturbed recently, and like they are just so impressive. That they were one of my bands that kind of like changed everything for me. I want to say it was Ozfest 2006, maybe 2007. But it was like them, Avenged Sevenfold, and System of a Down were like the headliner, like kind of the three at the top.
So real shit bill then, huh?
Yeah, dude. Like literally three of my absolute most life-changing bands all playing in the same show. But it was the first metal show I ever went to.
Oh,
and
sick.
like, dude, my God, they were so good. And then we played with them, a few months ago. Just as, probably better. Like that band has aged like a very fine wine. They are fucking so sick, man. They rule.
Well, he's another one that's like really taken, a big change in his life, becoming more, a mental and physical change, like trying to, eat better and exercise. And he's got abs now too. Like that dude, like I think that's probably affected their sound as well, because obviously your voice is like any other muscle, if you work it out and, keep it in shape.
Dude. For sure. We had a really cool talk. It's so funny. I got a good Disturbed story for you. I'll keep it short, but
you're good.
Basically, it's like, I want to say this is 2014 or 15. We played a festival. They were headlining. We're about to play. We're playing early in the day. I look over to the left. The bass player and Draiman are there. Before we start, they're stage left. And this is, we're not on in-ears or anything at this time. We're on very loud wedges. Like, I always have a fuckload of vocal, so you can hear it loud and clear. Yeah. And I was not having a great day that day. I remember my voice was not awesome. We started with the lines, and I just remember kicking in. I'm going fucking nuts. And I sing the first chorus, and, like, the first line or something, I really missed a note. And I was like, oh, fuck. Like, that was not good. I shanked it. Looked over before the chorus is even done. Draiman's gone. He's out of there. He's like, no, not for me. So then shoot to, a few months ago, 2023, and we play with them. And so we had played, they're on, obviously, they're on right after us. So we played, I went back, like grabbed a water and then went out to go see Disturbed's whole show. So I crossed paths with the band right before they're about to go on at the backstage. And Draiman's there with like the jacket and the whole nine. And like, earlier that day, he just walked straight up onto the stage while we're sound checking and just like introduced himself, shook all our hands.
Oh, awesome.
He's a nice dude, but he's like a presence. Like he's serious fucking business. But what he says to me, he's like, you've been training. You got a lot better. I was like, yeah. He goes, I saw you once at a festival, like in 2015 or something. He's like, you have gotten a lot better than then. And I was just like, fucking yes. I fucking did it.
You're like, oh, you were there? Like, I haven't been thinking about that for the last 7 years or anything.
Yeah. I was like, oh, you remember that? Every night as I'm going to sleep, it's the only thing I can think of. But yeah, dude, like, they're the real deal, man. He's one of the most talented rock singers and voices period,
Yeah.
man.
And now you got a seal of approval. That's amazing.
Yeah, but I had to earn that shit, man.
Yeah, it took a while.
That's for sure. Did that one the hard way.
Yeah, I love how he's kind of become like almost like the new Corey Taylor too. Like anytime he says something or has an opinion, it's like, what's David Draiman think about that? All the music outlets run with it. It's fucking hilarious.
Dude, he's a legend, man. Fucking legend.
Well, now I'm hyped. I want the Beartooth Disturbed collab to happen. I'm gonna manifest
you heard it here first.
Yeah,
we're gonna
I'm
manifest
putting it out in the world.
Yep.
Well, dude, it's been super awesome chatting with you. Again, super awesome to see another Ohio boy doing well. I love it. I hope everyone streams the crap out of The Surface and buys it. You should do that as well. When it drops on October 13th. And everyone listening, please go follow Caleb and Beartooth and all that jazz. Do all the, the like, subscribe, all the button mashing and stuff you do. Do you have any final words you want to leave everyone with, bud?
No, I mean, just Jesse, thanks for your time. This has been rad. It's cool to be doing this, and seeing you not like just giving me the news when I'm on the toilet in the morning. It's cool to actually have a conversation.
Well, I'm glad I could be there for you on the toilet as well.
Dude, you always got the real shit, man.
I try, man.
You got what's going on in the scene. I need to stay up to date.
I try, man. I'm like the TMZ of the scene, I guess.
It's good shit.
Cool. All right, brother. Well, it was good talking to you, and everyone else, take it easy now, and bye-bye.